Hello and welcome to this informational session about the Step Forward Center for Discovery and Learning under the Courageous Steps Project. And our goal today is to help you learn more about the Step Forward Center's programs and services that we offer to all children and young adults, regardless of abilities or challenges. My name is Connor Archer, and I'm the founder, chairman, CEO of the Courageous Steps Project. And we are a local nonprofit organization that supports children and young adults with various abilities and challenges to ensure their success in school and in life. We do this in a variety of ways annually through our different community support programs, our Step Forward Center programming, which also includes our home and community services program, which I'll talk about in a little bit as well, to give you a little bit more information there. But our goal today is to showcase our programs and the story behind it all, but also how you can access our programs and service options, and most importantly, hear from families that have great things to say about our program, that have attended our program, but also just that illustrate we how important it is for us and for us to provide a continuity of care in everything that we do. So this all is personal for me as the founder of the organization, and it started when I was diagnosed at age 3 years old, living with autism. Um, and that prognosis at the time was very bleak, meaning that many professionals said I would never talk, doubted I would ever amount to doing what I am today. And I was nonverbal until the age of 5 years old. And it was because of that strong foundation I received from early childhood that I was able to make the strides that I did. That was through speech, OT, PT, especially design instruction. You name it, I had the services. And it was that strong structure in a inclusive setting, inclusive community-based setting that gave me what I needed to be successful. And it was because of those supports pushed in that I was able to make those gains and also have a foundation where I could successfully transition into kindergarten and be included with my typically developing peers, but also have a strong foundation that was not rushed and that was methodical every step of the way. And that was based on a team effort, a collective team effort. And I continue to have great teachers, specialists, mentors, and that overall support system, even beyond that. But it really goes back to those early years in establishing that foundation that gave me the start that I needed, truly. And it's helped me get to where I am today. And that's with a master's degree in business administration, running and starting a nonprofit organization. Um, and really supporting that overall, uh, our overall mission in really helping all children and all young adults, regardless of their abilities and challenges. It's been me chairing a state initiative that really is dedicated to helping our high school students transition into adulthood, um, to live independently, to be well educated, to access education, and to access equal employment opportunities in our workforce. Board member of our state's Autism Society, and several recognitions along the way too. All because of that important start that I had many, many years ago. And did you know that 60% of the children we serve or have served are on the autism spectrum? And that's really significant for this organization. When we think about how important our programs are and how important our mission is to ensure that we are supporting all children, regardless of their abilities or challenges, so that way they can have that early childhood foundation to succeed. And that's what the Step Forward Center does. The Step Forward Center creates that belonging, that resilience in everything that we do each and every day, and seeing and reminding everyone that every child matters. Every child matters every single day, every single moment of the day. And that's a commitment that our staff share and that we as leadership in the organization share as well. Now to the fun part of accessing our programs. And we have several programs that we have started to launch based on feedback from our families, feedback from the community, and also understanding that there is not enough service options in the community that are accessible to families, but also that meet families where they're at and do it in a way um, that is helping the child succeed and provide that continuity of care. We made a decision that we needed to expand our program options under the Step Forward Center for Discovery and Learning and to create that continuum of care. We did this so by launching our Early Steps Early Care Program for children as early as 2.5 years old. And we did this to provide that opportunity for children to be able to access uh, access a community childcare placement with services with the ability for services to push in, and that's really given an opportunity to be able to provide some really needed support through leveraging our different programs and divisions. We offer preschool programs for children ages 3 to 5 years old, both part-time and full-time. We truly believe that those early years of developing of learning those important skills in preparation for school is incredibly important, and we're able to really work on those foundational skills, but also most importantly help the child prepare for kindergarten so that way they can be very successful with their peers. We push in all of our support services from speech, OT, and one-to-one support. We're very thankful to have that staff for to provide that one-to-one support who are extremely certified to provide that inclusive experience and to illustrate the importance of why of why it's important to provide these services in the setting like ours, and to most importantly help the child progress. But we're very fortunate as well to have a home and community services program that works closely with our Step Forward Center team to ensure that we are providing the best continuity of care we can. And oftentimes we are able to do that through creating joint plans or coordinating services where we are able to uh, not necessarily blend services, but really coordinate our services so that way you can access services over here and in addition access them over here too in this program. So it really provides that spectrum of care that we are committed to ensure that every child is getting what they need and getting that strong foundation at an early age, so that way they can be successful and have that really positive um, chance for success. And it is about providing that continuity of care for all children and families and doing that from the beginning, doing that from a young age, and really, really from day one, making sure that we are putting all the resources that we can to invest in the child and to invest in their fullest potential and to really look at the whole child. Look at the whole child, look at the strengths, the abilities they bring to the table, and bring those forward. Bring the best of those strengths and abilities forward, so that way they can thrive, grow. They can grow, thrive, and succeed. And we're also committed to helping our partners throughout this whole process too. We're very fortunate that we have some great collaborations with our public school districts and our other agency partners, such as Child Development Services, to offer services and inclusive placements. We are growing our public school district partnerships every day, and we are committed to creating a continuum of care model that can be um, really used regionally with all of our school partners to ensure that we are creating opportunities for our children, for our families, at a young age, but also to look beyond just preschool, to look beyond just special education, to look at how we can provide those services through home and community services, again, creating that continuity of care and connection, so that way there is progress that's happening in uh, on a continuous basis. And the Step Forward Center offers technical assistance support, uh, child finds support, especially for those schools who are taking on that free and appropriate public education responsibility. Um, if there is a supervision component as part of our Step Forward Center programming, we're able to support that along with intake and so much more when you join when you are enrolled at the Step Forward Center, you get a comprehensive look at all of those programs, of all those offerings that we can bring to the table to really streamline the enrollment process, to streamline the intake process, and to get moving faster on making progress. That is the ultimate goal, is to make progress for every child as quickly as possible and to ensure that we're making meaningful progress from the beginning. And like I said, we're able to flex programming based on family and individualized needs and understanding what they're looking for, but also looking at the specific circumstances. Every family has a circumstance. Every situation, there is a circumstance that may apply. And it's our job to understand those circumstances, be able to push those supports in, or to find those supports through partnerships, through in creative ways to ensure that we're meeting every need of every child and to ensure that there is no unmet need. And we're able to do this through pushing in several assistance programs as well. We say, and a lot of our programming is inclusive, and we often will have many families that join us who may not access all the other direct care services are that we may offer. We have general programs that allow for um, families to access just plain early steps care program, and that includes accessing different programs such as the Child Care Affordability Program or the HOPE program as well, both under the Maine Department of Health and Human Services. It's all about providing those options for children and families, ensuring that we are doing that in the most successful way, the most diverse way, and to ultimately create that package that allows you to have options. We want you to have options, and we want you to have options beyond just your time at our Step Forward Center, um, early childhood programming, but ultimately set you up for that continuity of care as you transition into kindergarten, where you can continue home and community services, where you can continue, those different types of, programming. That's our goal here at Courageous Steps. That's our goal at the Step Forward Center, is to provide those options and to ensure that you are supported and that your child is set up for success. And we also do this through our strategic investments as an organization, in particular BrightPath, which is a capacity building initiative we launched to ensure that every child has a bright path forward. It ensures that we are addressing those essential needs every day: food insecurity, essential hygiene items, transportation challenges, and providing accessible resources in creative ways that are meeting the needs of families, but also that are providing opportunities for our children that they wouldn't otherwise have. And we learned this, that 85% of our children, at least in our programs, live at or below the poverty line. That is a significant number. That's a number that we are not happy about, and we are trying to do our part to ensure that we are not letting the lack of food, lack of hygiene, or those barriers, I should say, get in the way of providing quality services. And through our partnerships with several community partners, businesses, other organizations, we're able to create a we're growing a program that is really responding to our families in these programs, but also that's building opportunity. And we're about building opportunity wherever we can. And specifically, you should hear from our families who are really dedicated to sharing all the great things that the Step Forward Center brings to the table, and that have some great experiences to share. One family in particular uh, says, "I will forever be indebted to the program for the 3 years Athena has spent in their preschool. They have been the best setting for Athena to learn, grow, and thrive during her most formative years. She will be well prepared to enter kindergarten. The staff are supportive, accommodating, patient, creative, and caring. The program is a valuable resource for families with children of any developmental ability. That's one family. Another family says this to say, the support and encouragement Oliver and myself received from providers made me feel like Oliver was more than just a former student, but also a part of a support system that he would be able to count on in his community even after his graduation. We are so thankful to have you all as part of Oliver's journey. Two keys behind these two families. Um, they both attended our preschool program and successfully, through this continuity of care model, have transitioned or have accessed our home and community program and and worked with our team and are familiar with our um, just our team as well. In We're familiar with them too. So it really, again, it goes back to fostering that sense of connection, community, and really keeping everyone connected. And that's the beauty of our programs that we're able to offer here at Courageous Steps. That again, that whole continuity of care that really keeps families connected for years and years to come beyond just preschool, but in these other ways too. And for me, it's simple. Uh, every child and young adult deserves a bright path forward. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure every child has what they need to grow, to thrive, and to succeed, just like I did. And that's it. That's my commitment to you and to every child and to every family. I encourage you to connect with us, whether it's a meeting, whether it's a cup of coffee, or it's just to brainstorm and have a conversation, or if it's to jump right in and partner with us. Email us, ece@stepforwardcenter.org. Visit our website, stepforwardcenter.org. You can follow us on Facebook at StepForwardCSP. You can call us at 207-827-7270 to learn more. You can also um, reach out to look or express interest, I should say, in enrolling. We have uh, we have different enrollment options for your family on an ongoing basis as well through our Step Forward Center. For our home and community program in particular, there is a waitlist model that does occur, but depending on the time of year and the waitlist availability within our service area, we may be able to serve you quicker and faster. So we encourage you to reach out. We encourage you to reach out to learn more about who we are and how we can help you. So thank you so much for listening today. Please reach out if there are any questions. The Step Forward Center is here as a partner, not only for children and families, but as a community partner for our schools, for our agencies, and for our overall communities in this region. Thank you so much again, and take care.